So we're going to be talking about signing unlimited clients using organic DMs. Just so you guys know, I am actually hosting a free training. So teaching you guys how to get complete strangers to pay you thousands per month and steal all potential clients from your competitors. If you do register using the link below, it will be somewhere at the bottom of this video. I'll be giving you 38 of my proven ad templates, and you're also going to go into a chance to win a one-on-one 1 hour strategy session with me. So let me tell you a quick story. My background, I started in this space in 2018, but before that, I was in hospitality. I was doing cooking from about 14 years old up until about 18 years old. I was working in kitchens every single day. It was like a full-time job while I was managing school, high school as well. And I loved it. That's the career I thought I was going to be in forever. I wanted to open my own 3 Michelin star restaurant, be the best chef in the world. Like I had all these goals and milestones at different ages, and I was pretty clear on what I wanted. But, long story short, I got out of the space when I was 18 and was completely lost in life. Actually, I kind of went through a midlife crisis at 18 because I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And I thought my life had no meaning because I'd always been someone who knew what I wanted and I knew the path to achieve that goal. But yeah, for the first time, I didn't. And that's when I kind of stumbled on this whole make money online thing. And, like you all see SMA, you see drop shipping, you see Amazon, you see day trading, you see all these different options. And to me, SMMA digital marketing made the most sense because it taught you real world skills, right? No matter what business you started in 3, 4, 5 years time, it wouldn't matter. You're still going to use these skills. And that's how really I got started in this whole SMMA space. Now, like many of you, when I started, I sent a bunch of outreach. It took approximately 21,600 pieces of outreach to sign my first clients, which was 9 months. I did 100 pieces of outreach every single day, 6 days per week. It took me 9 months to get my very first client. It was a long slog. And the reason it took me so long, I could always book meetings, like using the process that I'm going to show in this video. But I sucked at sales. I would say all the wrong things. I would give them the marketing jargon and the details when in reality, they don't care about that. They care about, can you deliver on what you say? Can you deliver results? Yes or no? And back when I started, no one had a guarantee offer. No one really had an offer, right? It was all pitching Facebook ads. We're going to advertise your business using Facebook ads. That was the pitch. So it's no wonder why people didn't really close. 60 days later, I had my first 10K month. So I went from 0 to the 1 client in 9 months. And then 60 days after I got my first client, I had my first 10K month. And
wait, I kind of want to, sorry.
Yeah,
I wanted
yeah,
to
go.
touch up on that point. I wanted to touch up on that point though. Yeah, guys, I mean, you never know when that moment's going to be where you jump. And I haven't had that moment yet. I thought I did, and then I lost my clients. But once you get that momentum, it's like a complete different shift. I feel like, you get that one client and then it's like, okay, now now out of nowhere, you have that type of confidence. Yeah. And then it's like the universe almost giving you what you've worked so hard for. So then
100%. And
it's like, oh,
it's so hard to explain that,
yeah.
to people who haven't experienced it. It is so hard to explain, but it's a complete paradigm shift, right? And you feel
I haven't experienced it, but I will.
You feel it. When you do, Rex, you feel it inside. And the other thing to note is when you have that momentum, double down. Don't put things off. Don't go hang out with your friends. If there's something going on, say no, cancel everything and go tunnel vision on the business because you won't regret it. That's something that I didn't really do. I took the momentum for granted. And when you lose it, it's very, very difficult to get it back. So when you have it, please, if you take anything away from this video, once you have the momentum, double down, don't slack off.
Yeah. And another thing too is in getting complacent, you don't want to be complacent, kind of what he just talked about, because it's so I feel like a lot of SMMA people in the space always keep saying they throw around the number 10K like it's some goal, like it's just like, okay, you need to hit 10K.
Yeah.
But then it's like, in reality, 10K a month really isn't a lot. Like when you get to that point, then it's
Yeah.
like, all right, well, I need to make 20. I
And
need to,
that's something that you realize when you hit 10K, you're like, huh, this is it.
yeah, like 10K for me right now would be life changing for my
Yeah.
situation, because I'd get to quit my jobs. I would
Yeah, of
have way
course.
more time. I wouldn't have to clock into a job. Like it would change my life temporarily. But
It's
then,
not about the money, it's more about like quitting your job.
yeah,
And that's something that I would tell you is like, you know, when you hit that 10K, it's like, yeah, it feels great because you can quit your job, but the money aspect, it's like, it's not actually that much, but it will allow you to quit your job, which is the most incredible feeling that you'll actually have.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So definitely double down on that momentum. And the other thing is don't give up, right? Like people say, oh, I've tried outreach for 2 months and I haven't got my client. It's like, bro, have you sent 21,600 pieces of outreach? If not, shut up. You know, like
Mostly
I could,
organically too, right? Was it all
yeah,
organic?
all organic, all
Yeah, not
organic.
even an automation.
Yeah, no automations. This was between cold email and cold DMs, which is what I'm going to be going through here. And I could, like I said, I could book meetings, but I sucked on the sales calls, so I couldn't close, right? So let me take you through how I did it, right? So there's two things that I want to talk to you about. So I had two lists. Firstly was the Dream 100. Now this was conceived by a guy called Dana Derricks. He's a big guy in the ClickFunnels, funnel building, online marketing space. So the Dream 100 is really your dream 100 prospects that you would like to work with worldwide, right? Who are your dream clients, right? Make a list. And then the second is obviously everyone else, you know. So my Facebook friends went from 700 to 4,950 in less than a year. So I added everyone I could find in my niche, which I'm in real estate, right? So I positioned myself as an expert in the space. I posted some content, not as much as I should have, but I had some content there. I had about 3 or 4 videos and about 5 or 6 written posts. So yeah, my friends went from 700 to 4,950. I found those people in Facebook groups, right, to start with. And then I just added people. I just went on people's profiles and added people that way. And then eventually I had mutual friends, 32 mutual friends with this person, 197 mutual friends with this person. And you just keep adding and adding and adding people. And I would reach out to them a few days after they accepted my request. That's one thing to note. Please, when they accept your request, do not reach out to them straight away. Please
Yeah,
don't.
that's like simp energy.
Yeah, exactly. It happens to me all the time. I immediately unfriend and block that person. Like
Yeah, you're talking to a girl, you're not gonna, you know what I mean? It's just
it
like business is just like talking to a girl.
exactly 100%. Yeah, couldn't have said it better. So for all outreach, I would send either a 30-second or 60-second video, like selfie style video, and I'll take you through an example, or a voice message, right? And then if they were on my Dream 100 list, I would also send a personalized 10 to 15-minute Loom video going through my entire strategy, everything that I would do for them and everything that they're doing now, and it would be a complete breakdown of their business. However, what I'm finding now is shorter Loom videos work better, between 2 and 4 minutes. Please do not send a 15-minute video anymore because people just don't watch it, right?
Yeah.
Now, let me show you some examples. A word of warning, this strategy is very, very powerful, so you must be prepared. This is something that I wasn't prepared for, and take it how you will. I reached out to my Dream 100 pretty much the very first thing I did, right? Which means I had no experience, I had no results, I didn't know how to sell, which leads to disaster, especially with these big influential people that I'm going to show you, right? You're never going to close these people because they know you have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, even I knew my stuff, but I couldn't close because I was talking about all the wrong things. My pitch was just dreadful, right? So if you do have a great offer, you are confident, and that's probably some of you on there, by all means, reach out to your Dream 100 to start with. Otherwise, save this for step 2, right? You can reach out to everyone else using the same framework I'm going to show you soon. But here's a couple of examples of some people that I reached out to. Josh Altman, I'm sure some of you have seen $1 Million Listing LA, one of the most successful real estate agents in California. Jerome Maldonado, he's partnered with Ty Lopez. Tarek El Moussa, he's got his own TV show as well. And Peter Lorimer, he's got his own Netflix TV show as well. So all of these, 3 out of the 4 replied. I reached out to a bunch of other high-profile people, but I'm just going to show you a couple of examples here. So I'm going to show you an example that didn't actually land me a meeting. And the reason I'm showing you this, and Rex, I want to show people this because of the creativity on the follow-up, right? Please, guys, when you're following up with people, do not say, oh, I'm just following up. It's not about that. We're providing value to these people. So let me show you some examples. He's seen all of my Instagram messages and all of my Facebook messages, as well as my emails as well. Sent him a Loom, 15 minutes. I sent him some value posts of what his competitors are doing. I sent him some creative videos about him wanting to own a Ferrari. So, I told him about how he can do that. Sent him some Gary Vee marketing stuff because Gary Vee talked about exactly what I was talking about and shared that with him. Shared that I was working with one of his clients as well. Another Loom video, portraits. I got a selfie. I got a picture printed out and framed it. I burnt some money and said, you're burning money by not following this strategy. And this is something that was creative, but he didn't reply. Right. So let's move on to something that did book me meetings with Jerome, for example. Right. I sent him a 60-second video message, which I'm happy to share with you if you would like. I can play that. And yeah, we went back and forth, and we organized a time. And the reason I couldn't close this guy was simply because I didn't have results. Right. He wanted to work with someone. He was spending about $100,000 a month, and I couldn't close because I did not have results in what he was doing.
Right. And something also, but like, because most people are lazy. Like, people, when they first join the SMMA space, because of a lot of those big gurus, I'm not going to name any names, think that it's like a get rich quick scheme. And it's not, because like, in order to stand out, if you're not a competitive person, you should not be doing anything business related, like from the get-go. You should get a regular job and, so be it. But with this, it's like, you have to, what he's doing here is he's like putting himself out there and being authentic and trying to stand out, because no one else is willing to do this. I like, from all the videos I've watched on SMMA so far, like up until this point, no one's really talked about going this far in terms of organic outreach. Like, they always give like the generic scripts, oh yeah, say this, and then everyone copies it. But no one's, and some people might do looms, of course, but like, no one's really going and taking it this far and getting creative with it. Like, I think that's something, and especially when you don't even have your own, like, you don't even have one client yet, you should not be necessarily focusing. Like, I think this is a mistake I've been making, or I was making, is I was trying to focus on the newest or the next flashiest like automation to make my life easy. But it's like, bro, you do not need some fancy automation outreach system when you don't even have a client yet. Like, do the raw organic stuff, do whatever it takes to, get those first clients in the door, and then like focus on the fancier stuff later on. But yeah, I thought this was great for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And, same goes for everyone else. Peter Lorimer, I did sign him as a client. Andy Dane Carter, couldn't sign him, but got meetings, but I could never close purely because my sales process, right? My sales process wasn't dialed in. Again, Tarek, big influential figure in the real estate space. I got on the phone with him and his digital marketing guy, Josh, and I completely screwed it up, right? And the reason was my sales skills were not up on par. So I wanted to share this story because, this was my Dream 100 list, and I did sign a couple of clients from my Dream 100 list. But, the point I wanted to make with sharing this with you is the creativity when it comes to your follow-up and how you actually outreach to these people. So yeah, like I said, I never struggled to book meetings. I struggled to close these whales due to the lack of experience. The reason I could book meetings was there were 30-second voice messages or video messages. They were personal, right? They stood out, and that's what they're meant to do. When you're reaching out to people, don't just send a big ass long paragraph like I get DMs every single day. I'm sure, Rex, you get DMs now. And it's just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. No one is going to reply to you.
Not even proper grammar is
Do
half the
your
time.
research on these people. Let me show you an example of this is the framework of what I would say in a video and a voice message to every single prospect, right? And I'm going to read this out to you. Hey, Stephen, it's Cody. Great to connect with you on Facebook. Firstly, congratulations on being awarded Upcoming Agent of the Year for Ray White. What an achievement. So obviously, what are we doing? We're congratulating them on some award or something that they've done in the space or won recently. We're boosting their ego a bit. And especially in real estate, it's a big dick competition, right? Over the past several years, I've helped hundreds of agents like yourself not only generate more listings, but also become the #1 agent in their area and stay there. I see you're already producing content, so why not distribute that to your local community so you generate even more inbound inquiries? I help agents, and this is where you state your offer, generate at least 1 to 2 new listings per month. And the best part is if I don't deliver, you get a full refund. What I'd like to do is jump on a quick 15-minute call to see if we can do business where I share the entire strategy with you. And if not, that's all good. At least I would have given you some value. Talk soon. Something like that, 30 to 60 seconds. This framework works every single time. Be enthusiastic, be genuine, right? With who you're reaching out to, like actually care about their business, right? Like actually feel like you want to do business with this person. And that's the framework that I used for everyone.
Exactly. Because it's also like I kind of mentioned, I mean, in the beginning, see, my situation is a little different. I mean, I'm going to be, working literally 7 days a week, and I've got a lot of other stuff. So it's like, my time, I mean, it's like you either got to trade like the time for the money or vice versa, meaning like what I'm doing is I'm having, a VA do outreach for me, but that's because I'm deciding to work a second job. If I was
Yeah,
not doing that, I'd be doing this. Like,
of
so you
course.
kind of pick and choose. It's all depending on your situation.
That's
But I think
it,
this, for
definitely.
most people in their situations, they got a lot of time on their hands. And
And they should be doing this every single day, like as long
Mhm,
as it takes, right? Like,
exactly.
okay, cool. You hit 100 in 3 hours, but you've got 3 more hours to kill. Do another 100.
hmm
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like the key to outreach is consistency. The more you do, the more meetings you're going to book. It's really that simple, right? Look, sales in general is a numbers game. I'm sure you've heard that many, many times, but it's true. The more outreach you do, the more meetings you book. The more meetings you book, the more clients you sign. It's pretty simple, right? And soon you'll understand, okay, cool. I closed this client by doing X amount of outreach, and that resulted in this many meetings. So you'll be able to reverse engineer the numbers once you get a client or 2 clients. And that's really what you work off. Don't worry about the whole 10K a month goal. Figure out, okay, cool. What are the daily actions you're going to take? Yeah, that's great. Everyone wants to hit 10K. You're not special. You're not thinking of anything new. But what is it every single day that you can do to move the needle forward? Once you've got your offer and your niche that people actually want, like people need to want your offer, right? And once you figure that out, the only thing you need to be focusing on is outreach. As many outreaches as humanly possible every single day. 100 should be the minimum. Realistically, it should be more, and you should be doing it 7 days a week if you can, at least 700 per week. And you've got no excuse. If you do like 3,000 pieces of outreach every single month, there is no way that you don't book meetings. There is no way. When it comes to actually the meetings themselves, don't pitch Facebook ads. Don't go into the whole marketing jargon of retargeting, lookalike audiences, pixels. Don't worry about any of that, right? All they need for them to buy is, do they believe you can get the result that you're talking about? If they believe you can do it, they'll give you money.
Exactly.
Solve their problem. That is it, right? And this is the funny thing. you're basically repeating back what they're saying, right? You're asking them questions. And as they give you their answer, you repeat it back to them. Okay, so Rex, you've told me X, Y, and Z. Literally repeat back what they've said. And they'll be like, oh my God, this guy understands me. Like, but all you're doing is repeating it back to them, right? You're just saying the same thing. Yeah. You just listen. You're just saying the same thing back to them, right? And then like, oh wow, this guy actually understands me, and you will get the close.
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, think about any time someone's ever acknowledged what you've said, or like when you're talking to them about anything, it's almost like, wow, like this dude's like a therapist or something. Like
Yeah,
he
exactly.
just gets me. And then
Yeah.
it's automatically they're letting their guard down. It's not like, because I've also talked to people who've tried to sell me stuff that just like completely disregarded what I said, completely missed the
Just
point,
moved back into the
pushing
pitch.
sale. And I was like, all right, bro, like, no.
Sales isn't like the Wolf of Wall Street anymore. To me, it's a conversation. That's all it is. You're having a conversation with another human being. And look, if I can help you, cool. If not, no problem. I'm just going to show you some stuff. I'm going to take you through it, and it's going to be totally casual.
Mhm.
I treat it as a casual conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, just a reminder, I am doing the free training. I'm super excited for it. Date to be announced soon. If you do want to register, obviously you get a lot of bonuses. You can register just your email in the description.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. I mean, you guys heard it best from the dude himself. I mean, he's doing obviously good with his agency. Well, very much more than me, but like, it's cool to bring people on like this. This is the first time, I've kind of done a video like this. So I think it's pretty cool. And, hopefully you guys did get some value from it. I mean, I think you did, especially because I think my audience is mostly beginners.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, just don't quit on this journey. And is there any types of, pieces of advice you'd like to give them, or words of wisdom for you?
Yeah, for sure. So big one is keep things simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Unsubscribe from basically everyone on YouTube. I'd follow one or two people. That's it, right? You don't need to listen to everyone because there's conflicting advice. It's not that one person's right and one person's wrong. It's everyone's got different experiences. There's a million ways to become successful, right? So people are sharing their own experiences. But what that means for you is it it gives you different ways to go, and you don't need all these different options, right? You need one or two people to listen to that have done it, are where you want to be, and you listen to what they say, and that's it. Stop overcomplicating it, right? Stop listening to all the noise because it's all BS. There is no new marketing tactic to get clients. There is no new secret way to book 59 meetings this month, right? Don't click on those videos because it's a gimmick. It's all BS. It doesn't exist. It's the same thing, just packaged with a little bow on top. That's all it is. It's marketing, right? It's marketing. Just like the title of this video. It's not what I'm saying is not new, but it's the title of the video to get you to click, to get your attention.
Exactly. Because people's attention spans these days,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.